Hello, welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. This is day 30 of 30. We have arrived. This is probably the fastest 30-day trial that I've ever experienced in terms of subjective time. I can't believe we're already here. First off, I'd like to give you an update on yesterday. I basically got sidetracked on a project that I realized had little to do with my greater goals. I ended up writing a blog post about it, so check that out if you want. I'll put it in the show notes. Really grateful to a friend of mine that said, hey, maybe this isn't, what you should be trying to do. It seems like it's sidetracked from your overall mission. So shout out to you. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate the feedback. And that's the update. Now I want to get into what I've learned over these 30 days. So, in preparation for this, I took a really quick look at the first video I made, and wow, I was like a totally weird robot trying to sit here and talk to people. And it's really, really obvious that I was very uncomfortable in that video. And that I wasn't I don't think I would be able to connect with anybody at all with the way that I had presented myself there at the beginning. And that has changed. That changed really quickly, I think, over the first couple of videos. And then I just got more and more comfortable with speaking to an inanimate object over time. And one technique that I've been trying to use is to picture someone that I'm speaking to, picture an actual person or people that I would want to deliver the message to, and that really, really helps a lot when speaking to the camera. Staring into, and on this iPhone, I can't even see where the camera is. It's like somewhere in this black space over there, right? So I'm gonna look in that general area and do my best to speak to it. So let's get into some specifics. I'm gonna talk about editing of videos. I found that editing was very, very easy when I did do it. I also found, I used Kdenlive. I know that you can use the YouTube editor as well, and I think you can also edit right on the iPhone, but all I ever used was Kdenlive. That made it pretty darn easy. I only ended up editing 9 of the videos. I found that I wanted to try to do them in one take and not need to edit them as an additional challenge. And so I was able to do that over time, was get to the point where most of the videos didn't require editing because I just got into a natural flow and kept going and worked through those little awkward moments that maybe you could edit out, but that there's really no need to do that. So that's the quick bit about the editing. And again, I already talked about this desire to be more natural, be my natural self, be my authentic self on video. Comparison from my first video to now, huge difference. Again, the technique of envisioning someone that you're speaking to really helps to make it seem like you're in a natural environment and out there talking to someone, get a more natural flow. I did get some feedback on looking into the camera so people can connect with me as opposed to looking like I'm looking somewhere else or, thinking about something like we'll often do. So I'm trying to do that more specifically in this video. You can let me know if I'm doing a good job of it. Another thing that was important was choice of equipment. I used my webcam for the very first video, and then from then on I found that I could just use the iPhone, and as far as the audio and the visual, it's more than adequate, for this kind of usage, a daily video to post on YouTube. It does the trick. And the other thing I invested in was a little mini tripod. That's what I'm using right now. This is another one. Basically, it's a little Manfrotto tripod. The one I'm using has a little phone grabby thing on it. Grabby thing, right? Yeah, and it's been great. You just throw it on a desk or wherever, and it gives you a stable platform for recording. I'm sure you saw in some videos where I was holding the camera with my hand or had stuck it like somewhere in my car or something. But I think the tripod is a lot more effective, it's more professional, and it gives you a static, scene there. So you're not focused on, I'm holding the camera and what other junk is getting into the picture. So again, the equipment thing is really easy. It's a little tripod on my phone and that's it. That's all that there is, and I don't really edit anymore. So that makes the video time it takes is however long it takes to think about what I want to talk about, which I don't usually write out a script or take notes. I just kind of feel out what's going to come naturally to me. Record the video. It is however long it is. Plug it into my computer, copy it over, pull it onto YouTube, and I'm just waiting for YouTube to process. Write the title, make a quick. I would usually make a thumbnail, because sometimes YouTube would be like, "This is a perfect thumbnail," or some other crazy image of you during the video. So I would usually make a thumbnail. I would just take a screenshot of the video when I thought I didn't look like a crazy person, and boom, that's a thumbnail. It takes a minute to make one. It's seriously not difficult to do once you get the hang of it after maybe 2 or 3 videos. Oh, going back to editing, sorry, I'm all over the place. I did try to do some interesting editing in video 2, and that's pretty much the last time I did that. It was fun, but I'm not sure that it added a whole lot to the videos. I may do that in the future. I don't know. I really liked this and don't need to edit it all, because honestly the editing program takes a while to even run on my computer, because I think it's kind of a lousy computer. And I don't, it's just not necessary, really. And I could probably try the YouTube editor or editing out on my phone just to take out weird areas where I'm like drawing a blank, like, oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. I mean, cutting things out like that I think can be effective, but again, it detracts from the authenticity of the video, perhaps. Just seeing you in real life and just interacting as you are. Some YouTube personalities do highly edited videos, and so I tried to do that a little bit in the beginning, just picking the key parts of what I'm talking about and editing out all the little flib-flubs, in the middle, just taking them out, which is really easy to do, but again, I don't think it adds much to it. So this has gone a little longer than I wanted to, but my key point is making the videos has been a really awesome experience. I love it. It feels way more right for me than perhaps the blog posts do. This feels very, very natural and easy. It energizes me, right? If we go back to the energy management thing, making the videos is very energizing, whereas the blog posts are not quite draining. They don't leave me, well, to some extent they do. I'm tired after that. Like, it's a lot of mental energy to write, whereas just speaking, I'm like, woo, I'm energized by this. I'm gonna go out and like do 1,000 push-ups or run a marathon, right after. Not really, I'm not gonna do any of that, but maybe I'll mow the lawn. My neighbor mowed part of my lawn yesterday. Yeah, I think he got annoyed that it was getting long, but I'm busy. I'm a busy person. Anyway, you didn't need to know that, but yeah, I was like, what is happening out there? Yeah. So I'm gonna mow the rest of it today. I got the passive-aggressive message there. So, in conclusion, I will be continuing the gym show. The show must go on. It'll be day 31 tomorrow, and I'll have something more interesting to talk about than the end of the trial, hopefully. So I'll see you then. Bye.